Okay, so this token here is the active player, and the reason you need to know that is because with the support cards, sometimes somebody may use some of your cards, and you don't want to lose track of whose turn it is. So it's not a big deal, but I'll have this just off camera because it's kind of in the way here for me. So there we go. She will be the first player, and let's open the book and see what we get. First thing that happens, as soon as the monster appears, the monsters have text here, and this says each player receives 1 madness into their support. So immediately, there we go. Each player already has madness. Okay, then we simply look here: 1 green, 1 red, 1 blue. So I'm going to grab 1 green, and I usually just kind of do them left to right like that. 1 red, 1 blue, and yes, on turn 3 we hit 2 curses at a time, but you read them left to right, just like we read American English, left to right, top to bottom. But I'm just doing left to right like this, left to right there. Well, anyway, but yeah, those always activate that way. So the only thing that happens on this, we flip the book, put the curses down. I'll flip them over in a minute. Now, this here tells us if, now remember, on the other side of this is a monster. So this guy's initial ability is always the same, but this reward could be different. Each player receives 1 value 2 card in their discard pile. If we defeat that monster, we're going to get a free level 2. Every time you destroy one of these curses, you can gain a level 2 card. And I sometimes forget that, which is very, very bad. And then, if he wins, then all players must discard all fire cards that are in their hands and support pool. So if you were building up a support pool of fire cards, which there are no fire curses in the upcoming monster, that shows us there. Or if he, like this character, has a bunch in his hand, then that would be bad. We'd have to discard that. Okay? So, this first one, each player will discard 1 error card. Not too bad. Each player places the top 2 cards of their deck in their discard pile. And see, that's bad because it'll make you cycle through your deck faster and get more madness. And then each player discards 1 earth card. So not too bad. She is the first player, and I was able to get her initial card here. Now, when you pay for something, so let's say I want to activate a spell. I want to activate this spell. Okay? If I paid this card and say I only want to use that once, no. I will lose the other point. This card can only be used for one purpose. Now, I can combine it with this, but then once you use it, you put it in your discard pile. You do not build up a big pool and then say build up a pool of 10 points and then use 2 here and 2 here. You have to do it step by step. Okay. Well, let's see. She does not have enough to take out any of those by herself. So, I do think the first thing I'm going to do is spend this 2. I'll just put it here to activate this. And since I paid 2, I can place 2 cards from my hand into support. So I'm going to put 1 earth and 1 fire. Then I'm going to spend 2 air to take a level 2 air and put it into my discard pile. Oops, not my hand. What am I doing? Okay. Then at the end of my turn, I will draw until I have 6 cards. This is why it's important to keep up with this, because the only time that you draw cards is at the end of your turn. This will pass to him. book moves from step 1 to step 2. So now each player discards 1 air card. So I have an air card in my hand, so I have to discard it. Let's see. Yep, he did too. So unfortunately had to discard that. Now let's see what he's going to do on his turn. Doesn't have enough fire quite to get rid of that spell. So he is going to do the same thing. He's going to spend 2 water to activate this spell. So I'm going to exhaust it and put 2 fire. Now he can only have 3 cards in support. So he is maxed out on support right now. He'll keep this in his hand and he will draw. Okay. Still have not gotten rid of any curses yet, so we are really just struggling at the moment. Okay. So, back to her turn, and I'm going to try to get the camera down closer so we can see as long as I don't get too much glare. Now, it is the other player's turn, so we will hand her this token and move this. Oops, before we move that, we go down here. This recuperates. You can use each spell once on your turn, so we can recuperate that spell. But now we have to advance the curses. Both of these will activate, and we start with this one. Each player places the top 2 cards of their deck in their discard pile. Well, she only has 1 card left in her deck, as does the other player. Okay? So that means we have to discard this. We're supposed to take another card. We don't have one, which means we instantly grab a Madness, stick it here. Now I have to shuffle and then discard another card to meet that fulfillment. Okay? The next one says each player must discard 1 earth card, and that will be after I shuffle and discard. Here is her current hand. She will have to discard this card. Unfortunate. Let's go back to the overhead. And she must discard another card and then discard that earth card from her hand. Same thing with this student. Grab a Madness, shuffle the discard pile, and discard another card. Oh, and it was his level 2 fire. And then he must discard an earth spell for this curse as well. So, this game has really started hammering us right out of the gates. Now you see why I'm a wimp and I play on the low level. Alright, so let's see what is she going to do on her turn. Still does that have enough to cure any curses. Not a single curse. So what she's going to do is she is going to play 1 fire, 2 fire. She is going to activate his 2 fire. They go into his discard pile. He owns them. He just offering them as support. So that is 4 fire. I will pay to destroy this curse. Okay, so I'll just shove that under the bottom of the fire curse pile I have up there. Since she destroyed a curse, she can acquire any level 2 spell over there. Let me see if I can get my camera over just a bit. There we go. So, the fire is just off camera. I have the wind, then the earth, then the water. Let's, I know I need to focus on water with her, but I'm also going to get an earth because both people are weak in the earth. Let's grab an earth that goes into my discard pile. Now, what else for her turn? Let's I think I will think I'm going to spend 2. As long as you spend 2 of the same element, I'm going to spend 2 water. I can cure a madness that is in my hand, my active hand, or in my support. So I'm just going to cure it. And when you cure it, when you heal, it goes back into the draw pile. It's not the same as destroy. So I only have 1 card left. I'm going to end my turn there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will get me back up to 6. Turn will pass over to him. This will advance. Now there is no curse on these 2 spaces, so for the next 2 turns we're safe. We're okay with curses. But after 5, when it gets to here, we flip a page, and if we have not destroyed these other 2 curses, this monster will have escaped. In the original story, it just escapes. We take the punishment. In my game, we would lose the 5 bonus points for destroying him. But we did destroy a basic level curse. And basic level curses, according to my score sheet, 2 points. So I move up 2 points on my score track. There we go. We are on the board. Now, let's see what he's going to do. Not enough of anything. I do not believe we are going to succeed at this. And I don't have a way to get my water spell up there. So I'm going to spend 1 to activate telepathy. I'm going to allow 1 other player to take 1 action. So this girl on her turn is going to activate ice. Place 1 card from my hand into the support. Well, I'm going to pay, let's see. Oh no, it's not going to work because I need the water to do that, and he needs the water to cure the spell. Not gonna work. Ugh. Not gonna work. Oh no. Tell you what, instead of doing that, pay 2 air to learn the level 2 air. Now, each player starts with those basic 4. You can know 5 spells. So I don't have to cover any of them up. Once you get to the 6th, you have to cover up one of your other ones or get rid of it or whatever. There is one player whose special ability lets you have 7 active spells. So going to take this, put it off to the side. Okay. I do not draw back up. Okay. Then I keep those. Now it's back to his turn. Let's see. We know we got air, water, and earth coming up next time. And we are weak in earth, so he's going to spend this 1 to activate his ice spell. Remember, he used it last turn, but it recuperated again in his turn. So he's going to use it again and put this earth into support. And I think that is all he can do on his turn. So this goes over. Spells recoup. This moves over. No new curses. What is she going to do? Well, she's going to... Wait a minute. What was he doing? He doesn't want to do that. So I'm going to rewind just a little bit. Okay. He is not going to put this into support. Okay. She is going to activate her new spell that she just acquired. Receive 1 card in your hand from another player's hand or from the support pool. He's just going to give her, now she has 4 water. He gave her one of his water, and it goes into her hand. Okay? So it doesn't go back into his discard. This is hers now. Okay? So there we go. 4 to pay for this. So that is 2 more points. And she gets another level 2 card. Let's go ahead and this time get a water for her, since she is water based. Alright. End of her turn, she needs to draw. She could only draw 1 card, which means we take a Madness, shuffle up the deck. 1, 2, 3. Now, if at any time your hand is completely full of Madness, you are supposed to be out of the game. But like I said, we've changed it so that you're only out for that monster turn. So what you would do is you would fill up your support pool with as much Madness as you can, discard the rest, and then when that monster flips back up, when you flip to the next monster, you would be back in the game. So that's the way we play it. Okay. Because it's just not much fun if you get knocked out on the first monster or 2, and then you have to sit there. But usually you only get knocked out on like the last couple of monsters, and so you don't have to sit as long. But still, you don't want to sit and watch other people play in a co-op game, especially. So refresh his spells. Move this. That means each player must discard all fire cards that are in their hand or support pool. Well, ooh, he did not draw back up to 6 at the end of his last turn. So he only had 1, luckily, even though he's the fire guy. And she only had 1. And the reason that doesn't hurt us too bad is because the next monster spells. So we don't get these points, and we don't get the points for defeating him. This will just go at the bottom of that. Okay. Now, there is not a number here. Okay, we don't get a free turn to just rest. 5, we activate the monster ability. We flip to the next monster in the book. Each player must destroy the first 2 cards of the deck. Oh no, you got to destroy them. No, please don't be my level 2 cards. And of course, it's a level 2 water. And a level 1 water. So they are out of the game. Let's see what he gets. He got a level 1 water. So now we're hurting him water. And he has to take a Madness to shuffle his deck. So let's see what he's going to lose. Probably his level 2 fire. A Madness. Now, since it's destroyed, it's out of the game. It does not go back in here. It goes completely out of the game. Okay. That was not very nice. We have each player places the top 2 cards of their deck in their discard, so just faster shuffling, more Madness. Each player discards 1 water card, and each player places the top 2 cards of their deck in the discard. And this moves down to the second monster. So, still, no multicolored curses. But it does not advance again. This is turn 1. This is the first turn with this monster, and it is his turn. And let's see, can he do anything? Anything. We are so hurting. Oop, and I forgot to flip this over. For 2 mana, 1 other player draws up to 6 cards in their hand. That's pretty nice. 1 other player. So I think for 1 blue mana, he's going to put 1 earth into his support. And then for 2 air, he's going to buy another level 2 air. And then draw up to 6. We just got to get some better cards in our decks. Here, here. Top 2 cards into the discard. Another level 2 card, of course. And he doesn't have enough cards, so more madness. I think at first monster I should have just focused on doing nothing but getting as many level 2 and level 3 cards in my deck as I could. Hope this monster didn't destroy him. That was nasty. But the nice thing about this, you put them into your discard pile, but anytime you have to shuffle, you grab the entire discard pile. So that was pretty nice for him, except for getting the other madness. But he did discard a madness out of his deck, so that was good. Okay, what is she going to do on her turn? Well, I was just talking about this, and I just don't have much to do, so I'm going to spend these 3 to gain a level 3 air in my turn. Just not good at all. Each player discards 1 level 1 water. Or actually, you just discard 1 water card. So if the only card you had in your hand that was water was level 3, you'd have to discard it. So 1 water card is gone. And each player places the top 2 in the discard. My level 2 and a level 2. Of course, I'm getting hammered. Okay. Over here to this guy to do the same with the curses. Got to discard a water. Don't have one. Top 2. Okay. Now, he has a lot of fire, but there's no fire to fight right now. So, he is going to spend 3 fire, a 2 and a 1, to acquire a level 3 fire into his deck. And then he is going to spend let's see. One from his hand, 1 from her support, which goes into her discard, and 1 from his support of Earth to get a level 3 Earth. And that is it. He will draw. And we may just have to not even fight this monster. Let's see. If we defeat him, each player may discard 1 value 1 card and receive a value 3 card of the same element on top of their deck. Ooh. So if you have a level 1 in your hand, you discard it to your discard pile and then just stick a level 3 on top of your draw pile. That's nice. When we lose, all players discard all water cards from their hand and support pool, which is not that bad. There's no water coming up again, but who knows? Monster may devour our cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, what can she do? Nothing. She has 1 card of every variety, even madness. That is her hand, because remember, she had to discard a water card last turn. So let's use this to activate growth, and we will draw a card. Hope that we get something. Oh, now we got 2 water. So I'm going to spend those 2 water to get a level 2 water. Now I need to draw, and I don't have any cards. Okay, let's go back to him. Oh, this is not going well at all. Alright, what can he do? Now, he could destroy a curse, 2, 3, 4, but we know we have air coming up here, and as long as the next monster does not devour our air cards or destroy them or something like that, as soon as he gets a chance, he'll be able to destroy that air curse. Okay, so why do I have to? That was not supposed to be an error curse. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. So, oh, we were supposed to receive 1 madness into our discard instead of discarding 2 cards. But when we discarded 2 cards, both my players had to draw. We're just going to call it even. So, yeah, I think I'm going to hold on to that then. And what I'm going to do is use this to activate my support and put this into support. That will end his turn. 3, 4. Need to draw 2. Just keep getting these poor students are just stressed out with this exam, and they are going into madness. So it will be back to her turn. We will activate this monster. So I'm going to stop it there. Sorry about the mistake with the curse, and we have gone through 2 monsters. We have 4 points. We are just not doing well at all. Just horrible. So we'll pick it up again in the next video. Hopefully we can do better and turn this around. Come back and join me. Thanks for watching.